Here's the instructional video for the EZ-Track. This is one of two EZ-Tracks that we have here at MCTC. Right now, this is the one that works because the other one, the motherboard, is not cooperating with us. So right now, when you come in and the shop power is on, but the EZ-Track is off, we're going to flip our switch from off to on the back side of the machine. It powers up, it runs through a sequence. Typically we get an error on screen, so it'll fire up. Usually what it does is that there's a CMOS error. Right now I think I went right past it, so I'm not going to be able to show you how to get rid of that error. That will be done in another video. For right now, it's powering up. We have to wait a minute or so for it to run through all of its checks. It says all parameters set. Now it says EZ-Track not homed. Hit move XYZ. Well, if you come over to your panel here, there's actually no XYZ button. But here, all of your number pads correlate to a function of the machine. So 3, move XYZ. We come over and we just hit the number pad 3. And then it says, you know, home axes, retract quill, move axes to home position, and then there's do move. But what we're going to do right now, I know my quill is locked and it's already in the up position. So we want to make sure that when the table moves, because what's going to happen here is the table is going to move back. It's going to, in the Y, move over in the X. We don't want a tool hanging out of our quill or out our spindle hitting a part if there's anything on that vise. So do move plus, and what it does here, I'm going to try to come back a little bit so we can capture everything. I hit the plus button and then you can see your Y moves. Staying clear of the machine always when it's doing its move. Up here we can see it's moving. Obviously it's moving down here, but these handles, try not to, you know, bump the handles. Stay clear of anything that's rotating. These handles on this machine are actually quite nice because they're spring loaded. So if you are moving it manually, you'll be able to lock it out. So right now it homed out the X and Y, but yeah, so these are spring loaded, so they snap back in. So that's kind of nice. And when the power is on, so when these machines have moved, you can't, the servo motor's locked in, so you can't move this by hand. I'll show you how to do that. For now, it says it wants to move to a position. What I typically use is I use 0, 0 for my X and Y absolute. And the reason why I do that is because typically your 0, 0 ended up somewhere in your working environment on your vise. So that's just a good move to go to. So that's pretty typical. 0, 0, enter, enter. We don't have to do a Z because the Z is a manual. Quill, there are power feed quills available for EZ-Tracks. We don't have that option. And there's also power knee. So if we were to have that option, this would also be spring loaded, so you wouldn't catch the handle in an awkward spot. So getting back to moving our 0, 0, we hit enter, and then we hit, again, our start button is the plus button, which is the same as your do move. And so now it is moving into the last known 0, 0 position. And as you can see, it was somewhere maybe in the middle of the vise, somewhere in there. So we are good there. So that is firing up your EZ-Track. Now it is set to go into multiple different functions. We'll talk about the functions in a different video. I don't want to make a huge, 15-minute video about starting it up and doing all your functions. So I'll separate them out so they're searchable. But again, here's your menu of what you can do next. We can set our datums, we can jog it, if we hit power off, and I'll show you this one now. If we just hit power off, all it does is it disengages our servos. So now we can move our table in the X and in the Y. That's helpful for when we are using the edge finder, so then you don't have to use the jog function, which sometimes it can be hard to control. So that is turning on the EZ-Track video.